And the reason for Dennis Banks and Clyde Belcourt to be part of the formation of the movement was they were in prison. And they saw the racism going on right in the prison. There was no religious freedom rights, and so I think they came out of the prison, the institutions, with a determination to change what they had experienced. And
well, when I got out of jail, when I got out of prison rather, in prison I run into a guy that was, his name was Tom Jones, and he began to politicize me, saying, and he says, Dennis, this is, how many Indians do you think there are in jail here? And I thought, well, gee, it must be a couple of hundred. He says, no, there's more, like almost 500. And he worked in the administration. He worked as a clerk. He said, no, he said, there's almost 500 of 1,000. He said, no, what does that tell you? I said, well, we get caught more often. No. And he made me think about it, made me think and think and think. And finally I began to see that we were being sent to prison because of just being Indians. So when he got out, and when I got out, and then I ran into George right away. I said, George, I said, I want to do something. And we talked with Tom. He says, well, you guys got to do something. So we went door to door. We organized for a big meeting. And George Mitchell, myself, the Brown family, and we went from door to door, knocking and asking people to come to this meeting. And we expected maybe 30, 40 people to come to the meeting. We bought some donuts. We bought like 3 dozen donuts and a small little old percolator, maybe filled about 20 cups of coffee, but it was warm, so we bought a lot of lemonade, stuff like that. And the meeting was supposed to start at 7, but at 5 o'clock people were showing up. We went down there to set up the chairs, and but by 5 there was some people coming there, and we ate up all the donuts and drank all the coffee. We had to make more, and by 6 there was like 100 people there, and by 7 it was just packed in there. We had to have those great big old fans going, putting them on the back. They're pulling in air, and I know we had a small one from the front pulling in the cool air, and the other one on the outside blowing it out from the back. And that was the beginning of it. And I kind of chaired the first meeting, saying that we have to do something about the police brutality, about the slum housing conditions, high unemployment that we're in, and the more we talked, the more people started to ask questions. And there was one guy out there in the audience who was saying, well, what kind of action are we going to do? And I'd say, well, we've got to form a committee. We're sick of committees. Well, these committees don't do nothing. So everything that I was talking about was being challenged by this guy. And the guy, of course, I knew, and that was Clyde Belcourt. And he wanted action right now. And we said, okay, we're going to go do it tomorrow morning. Well, we said, well, maybe Monday we can go meet with the police. No, we want to go tomorrow morning. So I said, all right, who wants to go tomorrow morning? So they formed people to go see the police chief right there,
We were all there at this meeting, and so we brought together, I guess, the summation of all our lives, all our experiences at a time when I always expressed it that we were about to be written out of history as roadkill cultures of manifest destiny.